Ever wondered how pro editors create those smooth fade in, fade out, zoom in, zoom out and animations? Well, the secret is keyframes, and it's way easier to learn how to do these than you think. In this video, I'm going to show you how to master keyframes in under 10 minutes, even if you've never used them before. And you need to keep watching because towards the end, I'm going to show you how professionals use keyframes to elevate their audio and their background music so that it gives their videos an even more polished finish. So let's jump straight into it. Right, we're in the Filmora workspace. And as you can see, I've got a couple of clips already here loaded up on the timeline. And what I'm going to show you is how easy it is to use keyframes. It's a lot easier than what you think it would be. So what we've done, we've got a clip here of like a beach buggy driving along a sandy beach. Now there may be parts in the video that you want to zoom in on this car and then zoom back out. And this is easily done by applying keyframes. So what we're going to do, we're just going to click on the clip here, and in the preview area up here, we click on that. Make sure video is selected and we're in basic. And what we're going to do is just click on this transform here, and this is the first keyframe. And as you can see, the shape appears here. This appears here on the clip on the timeline. And this first keyframe is your starting point. This is where you want whatever change you make to the video to begin. And what we do, we move along a few frames. Now, nothing's happened here at the moment, but when we make the next keyframe, we're going to zoom in on the dune buggy. As you can see, we're just on the X on this scale box here, and I'm just turning the wheel on my mouse, and that is where a keyframe automatically appears. If you look, these are highlighted, so when we started to adjust the zoom in, the keyframe appeared here. So let's move that back to the beginning, and let's play it and see what happens now. There we go, it zoomed in on the car. Now, if you notice, it stays zoomed in. After this second keyframe, it's going to stay zoomed in on the beach buggy. Now, if you wanted to zoom out again into the full scene, then you'd have to create another keyframe. So we go back up here, make sure this is selected, and there's the other keyframe. Now we've got this third keyframe, so we move the playhead along a frame, and we want this to revert back to the normal size or to zoom out. So rather than mess around here, try to drag that down by clicking on it and then sort of going backwards and getting that number to decrease back to 100%. All you need to do is go here on this little circle, click on it, and it will go back to 100%. And if you see, it's put another keyframe in there automatically when we did that. So there we go. There's the starting point of where we zoom in. And that is where we zoom back out to the full scene. But what if you wanted that zoom to be a bit slower? All we do is drag this last keyframe along and it will slowly zoom out. In fact, we can set it so that the zoom out actually takes longer and takes most of the frame. So it's this very slow sort of zoom out. So what we've got here, we've got this gap. Now, this is the keyframe to start zooming back out. And this gap is the amount of time that it takes for that zoom out to occur. Now, if you wanted to make that really quick, you could put this keyframe here right up against the start of when you wanted it to zoom out. So let's have a look how that happens. There, it's gone back straight away to 100% of the scene. So again, these keyframes can be moved. And when you move them, that gap there is the amount of time you want to take on your video clip to zoom out. And you can do the same with this keyframe here. You can zoom it there. So what will happen when we move this keyframe, this period here of it being zoomed in will remain for a longer length of time. But keyframes can also be used on the audio in a clip. For instance, we've got this clip in the centre of London. And as you can hear, it's picking up all the traffic noise. Now, you may want some of the traffic noise there, but there's going to be a time in the clip that maybe you want to do a voiceover. Rather than mess around cutting parts of the audio out or then making sections in the clip where you've got to drag the audio down, all you need to do is place a keyframe. So we go to audio, we click on audio up here, and the adjustment, we click this symbol here, and this places that keyframe on that audio track. Now we drag that along, and this is where we want to make our adjustment. So we click on the volume one, and we'll drag this right down. And as you can see, what happens, the noise fades out. Now, obviously, if you're doing a voiceover, you may want the background music or the background audio to start again. So we just drag the playhead along, make our keyframe, then drag this along a bit more. And what we're going to do, we're going to make the audio levels on this section come back up to the level that it was on the first section. So what we do, make sure we're on audio, and we're going to make this adjustment, and we're going to take it back up to about the level there, and that's put a keyframe on the audio there as well. You can see that's fourth keyframe. So let's have a look. There's the music. There's the point where the background audio goes down, and this is where it comes back in. But again, as on the video clip, you can control where that change happens. So you can move it further along, and that background audio will slowly increase. So that is how simple it is to use keyframes. And there you go. I showed you how to master keyframes in actual fact under 9 minutes. So well done. Now, the thing is, you need to practice these skills on a regular basis so that you become very comfortable and very confident on using keyframes. If you've enjoyed this video, then please hit the like button, and why not subscribe so that when I upload a new video, you'll get notified straight away. Thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next video.